Do Super Tasha! Hello! So, you might be wondering, why the heck is she in this costume, in a cape, in a wig, etc.? And my answer to that question is why not? So, last month there was this Spirit Week at my school. I also did it last year, but as usual with activities in my school, not very many people participate. Not only was I one of the only people in the costume in my entire school, I was also wearing this kind of attire out in public, in the bus, etc. Now, at first glance you might think, why would you go out in public wearing all of this stuff? And personally, I think that cosplay and costumes are so underrated. For instance, during Spirit Week, every single day had a theme. So the first day was maybe Crazy Hair Day, and then there was a Disco Day and an Explorer Day, which was difficult to find a costume for. But every day had a single theme, and it's so fun to try to take pieces out of your wardrobe, and wearing one of these costumes can definitely impact your mood in a positive way. And to me, this doesn't just apply to costumes and crazy wigs and outfits. Whenever I set myself a theme of clothes that I want to wear for a day, for instance, so an outfit I was wearing a couple of days ago match the flowers in my garden. Or for Anti-Homophobia Day, I was wearing a bunch of rainbow stuff. I find that each theme, clothes permitting, can give a nice structure to the day. You already know how you're going to present yourself, and thinking and planning out one of those outfits and makes it so much fun and enjoyable. If you're still self-conscious about going outside and in public in this kind of attire, I have a couple tips for that. For instance, in this outfit, I'm a superhero. So make a theme for the day to be a little bit extra courageous. Whenever you put on the costume, it's like you're changing personas and you're eliminating the angry, sad tiredness that you would have been starting to feel like at the beginning of the day. Because let's face it, mornings are not usually the funnest of times. Another thing is to just give yourself encouragements through the day. I was wearing this purple wig while going to the bus stop, and to give myself a little encouragement, I started humming Lady Gaga's song, Hair. I'm as free as my hair, yeah, yeah, yeah. And just little things like that can brighten your day so much, even at first if you think everybody's gonna stare at you and think you're weird. On the subject of weird, I'm reminded of this quote either from John or Hank Green or from some other source, saying how sometimes people find it more socially acceptable to riot or protest in the street than to simply dance down the street. And I find that we have a serious problem in our society if that is the case. Why can't we enjoy simple pleasures of doing just fun actions? And they usually come at unexpected moments, and that makes it all the more fun. So, if not for anything else, I encourage you to put some costumes on every so often to make a political statement that it's awesome not only to decrease world suck, but to increase world awesome in your own way. So if there's ever a day or an event or whatever that allows you to wear costumes, I say go for it full-fledged. And when they see your costume, I'm sure people will react positively, like they have for me in countless occasions. So go themed clothing ideas, go cosplay, and go costume. Anyway, goodbye, DFTBA, and don't forget your costumes. Also, like the doctor would say, what's the point of growing up if you can't be a kid every so often? There's so many childhood pleasures that we put down because we think that we're too old for them. Well, in reality, we're never too old, and it's always awesome.
Cause if they would know, they would drive me insane.